Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm so excited to share with you my 7 top healthy habits that have completely changed my life. Tip number 1 is meal prepping. Meal prepping is amazing. You get home from work at 7 o'clock and your dinner's already cooked. You don't have to think about what you're having for dinner. You save money because you're cooking in bulk and you save so much time. So a little bit of effort on the weekends or whenever you have your day off saves you so much time during the week. It also saves you a lot of stress because you don't have to think about what you're eating, and then it's all ready to go. So if you have weight loss goals, or you've got muscle building goals, or whatever your goal may be, having your nutrition already ready and prepared makes everything so much easier, and it makes it so much easier to stick to. Habit number 2 is journaling. At the start of this year, I read a book called The Miracle Morning. Ever since I've read that book, I have honestly implemented what they've said. One of the main things that they talk about is journaling. So journaling is something that I do every single morning. And it changes on a day to day. Some days I will journal how I'm feeling. Other days I'll be manifesting my dream life. So how I journal is I actually have a few. So I have one for just my morning journal. I have a business journal. I have a gratitude journal, and I have a dream journal. I know, so many journals. But depending on how I'm feeling and if I'm in my head, so if I'm up in my head and I'm really overwhelmed with work, I'm overwhelmed with all the jobs I have to do around the house, or I'm overwhelmed with my social media, I sit down and I take a moment and I write what's on my mind. What's triggering me? What do I need to work on? And just sort out my brain. Because we all know we like to think. Tip number 3 is waking up at the same time every day. No matter what you did the night before, no matter what you have on for the day, I always have my alarm set at 10 to 5. The reason being is that on 3 days of the week, I start work at 6 o'clock. And if I find that I'm not waking up at the same time every day, on the days that I have to get up earlier, I struggle so hard to get out of bed. But since implementing my alarm clock, so I use the sleep app on the iPhone. So bedtime is 9 o'clock, wake up time is 10 to 5. Waking up at the same time every day, even if I get up, do a bit of journaling, have a cup of tea, and then I go sit on the couch and I just relax. Just getting into that sleep rhythm cycle has really helped me in the morning to wake up with a positive energy and not to be so negative. I find if I press snooze, I'm like, I don't want to get up. But if you don't think about it and you just get up every single time, at the same time, every day, just makes everything so much easier. Tip number 4 is mastering my nutrition. So I used to not eat very many dense carbohydrates. I didn't really eat much fat either. I used to be the queen of vegetables. So I used to have a big bit of tofu or tempeh or something like that, and then just load up the veggies. But now, since changing my diet a little bit, I always make sure in every meal I have a fat, a carb, and a protein. So having a mixed, balanced meal, 1, helps me with my satiety, so it makes me fuller for longer. 2, it helps me with my energy, so I don't have highs and lows of, so much energy, big drop, but just super energetic the whole time. And 3, I'm seeing nice changes in my body, I'm growing muscle, and I am just feeling so good, making sure my meals and my nutrition is all balanced. Tip number 5 is implementing pleasure activities every single day. So for me, since I've been implementing dancing or taking a bath or going for walks with a podcast, honestly, it turns bad energy into good energy. I was angry and irritated with work, but then I'd come home and I'd put like Taylor Swift on or something and just have like a good old dance party, you just feel so much better. So implementing things that lift you up and raise your vibe is so important, and it has really helped me just become this more positive and, I don't know, more joyful person. So really implementing things that bring you up and raise your vibe every single day, honestly, changed my life. Tip number 6 is having a Google Calendar. So having a Google Calendar has been amazing for me because I'm quite a creative person. I like being in flow, I like being creative, and I like coming up with all these amazing ideas. But sometimes I have the downfall of not implementing my creativity. So that's why it's so important for me to have a Google Calendar. In my Google Calendar, I don't have specific to-dos. I set time to do certain things. Sometimes for me, to-do lists can get quite overwhelming, and then I get really up in my chest, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to do this. But if I block off time for a certain activity, I know that time is designated to work on a certain task, and that makes me feel good because I know I'm working towards it. Even though I'm not completely finishing it off, I know that I put time towards it, I'm working towards it, and that way I just have that feel good feeling as well. So not necessarily having a to-do list, but designating time has honestly helped me so much. Tip number 7 is listening to your body. For such a long time, I was not doing this. I had so many warning signs, like I lost my period for so long, like 4 years. I was so tired, I felt overworked, my stress levels were through the roof, like I was not listening. And since I've stopped, reflected, and now listening to my body, I feel so much better. My energy is so good, I'm so motivated to do all my things, and I just feel so much better. So I want you to reflect and think, do you feel good after a workout? How are your energy levels? Are you irritated? Are you angry? Are you feeling depressed? Are you down? Like, these are all warning signals that something's not right. Since listening to my body, my digestion has improved, my skin has improved, my hair has improved, my nails have even improved. Like, everything is so much better. If I feel pumped and ready to exercise, I'm gonna do it. If I'm feeling a little bit lethargic and I feel really tired and run down, I'm gonna rest. If I'm feeling like irritated and angry, I'm gonna journal. Like, I have little strategies to how I'm feeling and what I do, and like listening to my intuition and really like picking the right activity to how you're feeling. It's okay to say no. It's okay to rest. It's okay to eat a brownie or a block of chocolate if you want to. And lastly, the last healthy habit that I've been really implementing that is helping me is 1, setting boundaries, and 2, saying no when I need to. So I have learned that I know when I need to rest and when I'm like super ready to do something. And this has honestly helped me so much, because there's nothing worse than showing up to an event or someone's house and just being in such low energy and such not a vibe. So saying like, yes, I would love to hang out with you, but at this moment, I'm really sorry, but I'm just not I'm not up for it. I just need to stay home. Or, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it. Setting boundaries around when you're willing to do things as well has honestly helped me so much. Because I start work at 6 a.m. on like 3 days of the week, I know the night before that I don't want to be out. I don't want to be social, because I know that I have to have my 8 hours of sleep, and I have to wake up in the morning because I have to be there for my clients. I don't want to be low energy at work. I want to show up and I want to do my job properly. But in order to do that, I need to set my boundaries the night before. So I'm not going to go out and hang out with my friends or do X, Y, and Z, because I know my priorities lie 6 o'clock in the morning. So knowing what you want and you don't want, and just knowing your boundaries. So for me, that's a boundary. For me, another boundary is I need the 8 hours of sleep. I'm the type of person who loves to sleep. I prioritize that. So I know that if someone's like, yes, let's go do this, and I'm like, no, I have work at 6, I need 8 hours of sleep, I'm not gonna do it. So figuring out what you want and your boundaries, honestly, is such a game changer. Let me know in the comments below if you try or implement any of the healthy habits. Find me on Instagram, send me a DM because I want to see the dancing, I want to see the journaling, I want to see the meal prep. So tag me in your posts and see you next week.